am a museum of everything I've ever loved. Hey, explorers. Welcome back to Useful Not Famous. This is the show where we explore the topics we find the most interesting and strive to be the most useful people you know. Shut up. I'm Amara.
I'm Jeff Sarris. You don't have a last name.
Well,
You're the
someone
one
has
and
to
only.
fix that. I'm like Madonna or pumpkin spice latte. So that quote.
Yeah, can you say it one more time?
Yes. I am a museum. Hold on. Ip. I am a museum of everything I've ever loved. So I found that the other day scrolling on TikTok, as I am wont to do.
I'm want to do that.
Want, W-O-N-T.
That's
want
quite a line, but go on.
I am an academic.
Oh, please proceed.
But I saw that on TikTok and I was like, that is one of the most profound quotes I think I've ever heard. It's so romantic. It's so beautiful. Not romantic in like, I love you sense, but just like such a romantic idea that I am the museum of everything that I've ever loved. And I tried to look it up. I could not find a single point of attribution for it. There are a few different articles that were written on Medium by, I think, 2 or 3 different authors around the same time period too, but there actually isn't a main source that I was able to find. So if you've actually found it, let me know in the comments, please, because I really, really, really want to know. I guess I could ask AI and see. I don't know. I like doing the research still myself by hand.
But what does this mean to you? How do you interpret it? Because for anyone who doesn't know, you were an archivist. So that's someone who works
In
essentially in a... What?
In memories.
And you work in a museum type sense where you're curating and deciding the things that stay and how they're preserved and everything.
Yeah. So not putting things on display as much, even though I did work in that capacity as well. But an archivist is somebody who just preserves, who identifies, collects, and preserves items of historical significance.
An archivist is just some lazy person.
I know. I said it and I was like, well, it's not just, because it actually is a very loaded job when you look at it. But anyway, I loved that job. Like, it was so much fun. And I worked in a bunch of different capacities too doing it. But anyway, from my perspective, I really had to sit with it and think, because I was like, is this profound, or is this one of those things that sounds really profound and then you're like, this is so fucking dumb?
That's the like A-B contrast. I forget the term, but it's think not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That like but in the middle and having them contrast is powerful, even if it's nonsense. Like if I was like, think what a glass of milk does for you, not what you do for a glass of milk. It makes you think, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's not
that? Am I missing it? So like, yeah,
it's not a palindrome, but there is a specific
I'm gonna
phrase.
look it up while you're
Yeah,
talking.
I remember what book it's from too. But that, I don't know. It was one of those things where I had to sit with it for a minute and be like, okay, is this insightful, or is it just like, oh, I've never thought of it like that? It is a very selfish quote because we're putting ourselves on a pedestal, and it's sort of a self-aggrandizing quote. Like, well, who am I to think that I'm this? Essentially, we think of museums as places of knowledge, of maybe perhaps being a little intimidating to some people because they feel like they're going to be stupid going through there. And just these sort of untouchable places too. This is a whole thing I can unpack. And I'm only saying this because of my background in art history. The idea of the museum is definitely, obviously, a very hot topic. Sort of one of contention. Because of the items that are in museums, some items shouldn't be in there. So it's a whole repatriation thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah, that's a specific thing, but not the concept of a museum.
But
itself,
a lot of people are
right?
very intimidated by going to a museum. They're like, I'm too dumb to understand all this. Why do I even need to understand all this? And what's the point of a museum is kind of the overarching thing. Or
I just have one quick question. Did you have a third one there, or did you feel compelled to have a third?
I felt compelled to have a third.
Isn't that
one
funny
there.
how that works?
'Cause
I know
was
this
just
is like a tangent.
I started the notes
I have
and then I was
this,
like,
a this, and do not what for milk does for you, but do for what milk does for our country.
for the glass. Yeah, I was just like,
Isn't that weird though? It's like baked into us because we inherently know that's sort of how we do something. And the ask not what your country can do for you asked what you can do for your country. He also said mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. And that is just, it's an ABBA formula. So it doesn't have a great term. It's just ABBA, and that always feels powerful.
There is a word to describe it. I don't remember what it is. But anyway, those are very profound because it makes sense the inverse. So anyway, I did end up coming to the realization that this is actually a very profound quote, which is why it struck me so, because I think for me, if something makes you take pause for a minute and after you think about it, you're still thinking about it. Like, this is one that I've actually been thinking about quite a bit. That to me is a more profound quote. If it's something stupid, then you're like, what is this asshole talking about? Like, they made this up. They wanted to sound, it's like listening to certain podcasts now and you're just like, okay, this person's trying to make a clippable moment, which I am 100% guilty of.
Which we've fixed now with this new format.
I'm just like, I don't care, clip whatever. I'm going to sound absolutely batshit, but I don't care.
This morning I was thinking, what if we do send our podcast to the person we met and see if she'll clip it up?
I think I've already brought that up to you.
I know, but I was just like, maybe we should just do that.
ASMR.
Okay, yeah, just so no one knows. Okay, anyway.
I hope we're in the shower with someone right now, and then they're like, why are they whispering in my shower? We're in your drain.
Lather that up.
Ew.
Grab that soap.
Ew, stop it. You need to wash your toes. This is disgusting.
Oh, your butt. Ew, why do you? Ew.
Okay, anyway.
Anti-metably.
That's what it was.
How anti.
Wait, spell it.
ANTI.
Okay.
Meta, META. Bully, BOLE. Yeah. And
antimetaboly, I would guess. Antimetaboly.
Let's see. Look up. How does it look like?
Antimetabole.
What's it? So sorry. That explained. That's the ABBA.
Yes. So that. Okay, we're so off the rails.
It's the rhetorical device where words are repeated in successive clauses, but in a transposed or inverted order.
Yeah, so you take it from here and plug it in, and it works. So, back to the quote. I am a museum of everything I've ever loved, and specifically the loved. So it's a positive idea, a positive quote.
Oh, did you hear that? I feel like you moved the mic far away where they did not hear that, but that was a big burp.
Excuse me. I'm so excited. It's also such a not serious idea. So for example, I love pumpkin pie.
I love pumpkin pie.
Okay. So we will go through maybe one idea, probably. Maybe not.
This is just fun.
So I love pumpkin pie. And at a very superficial base level, that is in my museum is pumpkin pie. And I'm only saying that because we're almost to Thanksgiving-y time. Thanksgiving.
Oh, and they know because this comes out the week of Thanksgiving. Because we're recording it exactly 6 days before Thanksgiving. Look at us. We're on time, too. Keep going.
I know. Go us. We've been very good with being on time. I really liked our set last week, by the way.
Yeah,
I want to put that in this house.
Well,
just get rid of this table.
When we're traveling, I want to get back. I want to actually bring this gear and podcast on the road because we've always said we would.
Yeah.
But we haven't. But I like that, too. So I like changing it up.
Good. And just like the chairs, like it felt like a real podcast. This is just two schmucks at a table. That's the new title. Useful, not schmucks. Schmucks, not famous.
But
so yes, I love pumpkin pie is what we've established in this episode. Tune in next week where we'll see what else I like.
I'll describe the toppings. Do I like whipped cream? Do I not?
Oh, it's like, what other toppings are there? There's one topping. Whipped cream.
Don't bury the lead or don't spoil the episode.
Are we back in their shower drain?
You're still cleaning your butt. Why are you not? Okay, whatever.
Wow. I mean, at least they're really in there.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're getting in each individual fold.
But. This is I'll have to censor all this. But. Okay, anyway.
So if this is your first time listening to the show,
I'm surprised you're still here.
Yeah. Welcome.
So, pumpkin pie is in your museum. So let's actually get into the...
I mean, there's so many things in my museum, but it goes... Okay, so this is essentially the point that I'm trying to get to. We just get to that real quick and then we can fuck around all we want. But this quote actually made me think of what we have talked about and what we're aiming to get back to, exploration. We are the accumulation of all of our exploration on this earth, in this life that we have. It's all of the things that we've tried, we've tested, we've maybe succeeded with, maybe we didn't really like, whatever it is, that is all accumulated in our one body and, well, specifically in our mind. And I just find that so beautiful. Like, I don't know, like that just, it hit me in such a way. And life can become very monotonous and very dull. But if you're always exploring these new things, like I realized I really love origami. I had no idea until we went to that exhibit that I just wanted to do a video on. Then I was like, oh, this is cool. I have a whole stack of origami things over there. So I don't know. It's just constantly adding to your museum. Like how a museum, they have a collection. They don't always keep everything in their collection. Sometimes they purge things, they give it to other institutions. They maybe deaccession it entirely if like nobody wants it, which is very rare, or it goes to a private collector, whatever. Going too far in the weeds. But you will cull your collection and remove things maybe that doesn't serve the institution anymore and figure out where to put it instead. So that's almost like, oh, well, I love pumpkin pie. Have you ever tried pumpkin pie? You haven't? Okay, I need to share this with you. So I'm extending part of my museum. I'm loaning out part of my artwork, my object, my collection, whatever, to you. And then now maybe that's in your museum. I don't know. I find that so beautiful.
Well, yeah, and the education.
It's like my new favorite thing. Yeah.
Is the lending out is sort of educating and sharing with others.
Uh-huh.
But then maybe like things that don't serve us anymore. So we curate the museum collection within us, and we're curating the things that we do. And getting back to the exploration with the stepping stones, we're surrounded, we're in the middle of a lake, surrounded by mist, and we only see one stepping stone distance from us, but there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of stepping stones laid out in front of, beside, and behind us. But which of those is the most interesting? That would be how we curate it. We curate based on what stepping stone looks interesting for us. We're curating our museum. We're mixing metaphors, but I think it's like helpful. We're seeking or sort of exploring the landscape in front of us, and we can take an infinite number of different stepping stone steps, but what's the most interesting? And I think that's how we can curate and build a great collection in our Museum of the Mind, man.
I feel like I want a shirt that says Museum of the Mind. But how you just said about education, something I've gotten hung up on before, not entirely, but just more recently, is sharing more of what I know and helping people more. I've always loved doing that. That's always been like one of my favorite things. But with our business, Maven, whatismaven.com, we fly all over the country, film with realtors and local small business owners in their market or in their area. And something I've gotten kind of stuck on is the teaching part of that. I've felt like I need to hoard all the knowledge and all the things, which is very antithetical to how I like to approach education, which is just make it open and free for everybody because you don't want a bunch of dumbasses running around.
Isn't that both, though? Because you also feel compelled that you have to teach.
I feel compelled to, but I would like to, because we've learned and tested and tried so many different, like people have no idea how many things we've tried. And like just behind the scenes, even that haven't even made it to our top bananas who are our clients. There are just so many different things that I would like to share with people. But yeah, I do feel compelled to share that with people, but then I also would like to. But then it's one of those things that we hear from our clients where it's like, okay, well, specifically working with realtors, they're just like, well, the market's already saturated with every other realtor in my area doing content. And it's like, yeah, but there's no you in there. Everyone else, you may be very, very similar to this other person, but there's still something unique about you. Like this is like, you are a little snowflake. Like each person is just a little bit unique, not unique enough that we all need to celebrate ourselves all the time. However, we are all a different museum. We have different collections within us. And yeah, I've just felt like I can't share with people, which is really upsetting because it's just felt very hyper competitive, I guess, and not really, this is just purely my own takeaway.
I think I know what it is, though.
What? I didn't mean to make this about me, but here we are.
No. Like this is.
But this is just something that I know other people struggle with as well.
Because it's two things. You love teaching people.
Love it.
But because these are things that we like are the same about.
Mm-hmm.
You love teaching people, but when it comes to video content, hyperlocal video marketing, that's what we do. So many people are selling video marketing. We love teaching, but then it also feels like we quote unquote have to do it, but not out of passion, out of, well, I'm supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that, because otherwise, why do people know what we're doing, or da 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 da. But then I think where we get caught up, and I think where you get caught up too, which we have talked about, there's so many people trying to sell you something, and almost all of them have zero experience to back it up, and they're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And we're all about results. We want to be useful. We want to be useful to everyone we know, to ourselves, to just life in general. It's like that's what makes us feel good. But as soon as we're making like hyper-local video content, meta content about it, it feels like we're disingenuous. We're not doing it. It's metrics. We're measuring things then. And then it's like, we're not getting the engagement because people aren't seeing us for this thing that we're teaching on, and da 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 da. But that's not it at all. Like, we're doing it. We're actually doing the work. We're practitioners, and it works. And we know it works. And everyone who works with us knows it works. But then it's like, do we need to educate the masses? Because we want to, but we end up down these different paths that aren't maybe the path that we would go down, like with this show right now. Like, we're talking about something real on the show for the last 6 weeks, or whenever we pivoted a little from
it feels
format.
So much more genuine, whereas manufacturing, like, which is why we film the way we film with people. We don't tell them, we give them a very, very base overview of what we're going to film with them, but we want it to be as genuine to them in the moment as possible. And I think that's so valuable, because when you have this perfectly crafted and curated video, it feels a little uncanny valley, and that's just not you. But like, obviously there's certain, like, a hook that you need and a brand closer, which we've talked about in other episodes. Like, there are certain elements that you need to have, but overall, the more in the moment you can answer and the more genuine and authentic. And I've had people where I'm like, okay, and if you don't know the answer to the question, we'll skip it. And they're like, yeah, I have no idea. Cool, that's fine. Like, it literally does not matter. It's, you need to talk about the things that you are passionate about and that you are knowledgeable about in your content, and that you can share with people. And it is hard when you're trying, like, even though we do this with people, I've made almost 15,000 videos in the past few years. I don't know how to prompt myself. It sounds so ridiculous, but I'm like, what do I talk about? Like,
well, we've talked about that. It's easy to solve problems for people.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to artificially craft a problem to solve and feel compelled enough to describe it.
Yeah.
And explain how to do it.
But if somebody asks me a question, I could talk for 45 minutes on the subject, and then I'm just like, la, 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 la.
Well, yeah, because we love helping. But see, that's the thing. I think it's also important to not feel like we have to be something we're not. Mm-hmm. Because, like, you create content, but I don't think you need to be creating content about creating content unless you love talking about that. Yeah. Like, we love solving it. We love the practice of doing it. Like, this works better than it did then. This works better than that did. And, like, each time we film with someone, we've talked about this before, but it always is a running joke. Like, everything's a little different. Like, you're going to see, you're going to like it. We're more effective at it. It's the things work better and better and better because we have all the reps in there. And the reps are what's fun. It's Michael Jordan didn't go around teaching people how to shoot a free throw or a three-pointer or a dunk, or he didn't teach people because that was the only way people would know that he was good. He just went out and scored 60 points and won 6 NBA championships in a row. Like, not in a row, but 2 3-peats. Like, he just did it. Like, there's the concept of cooler, closer, cleaner. So we know about the, like, closers. Like closers get it done and this and that. The concept of all three comes from Tim Grover, who was Michael Jordan's trainer, then Kobe Bryant's trainer, and like he's worked with sort of the best of the best in the world. And he's like, a cooler is the person that will be able to get something done. They're good. The closer is the person who can close the deal when they're needed. It's like, we need you to step up. Then they step up and do it. The cleaner doesn't care. The cleaner gets it done whether you're in their way or not. Like, you just clear the path and the cleaner will make sure it happens. That's a Jordan. That's a Kobe. That's a different way of operating. And it sounds self-aggrandizing, but I would say, not comparing to them specifically, but that's where we live. We live in the cleaner. Like, we want to get stuff done. We want to be doing the great things, not trying to prove our worth to people based on like, you know, if you start with an avatar hook, and an avatar hook
Make
means...
your business plan.
Okay, real quick, sidebar. We've never had a business plan. I've never had a business plan. No one I've ever worked with has ever had a business plan, and we've done better than everyone that I know who's ever had a business plan.
Like, actually.
So throw your business plan concept in the trash. There's no such thing as a business plan. You have to do something.
If somebody's telling you to make a business plan, it's because they have no other advice.
Well, yeah, they don't know
Just
what they're
FYI.
doing. Like, nobody makes a bit. Like, I understand this. You need to map certain things out for investors, meaning I need $10 million to start my startup. Okay, maybe you need a business plan. If I'm a solo entrepreneur who's starting this thing, if I'm doing it on my own accord and nobody is here giving me money or has to sign off, you do not need it. No one uses a business plan. It's the whole Mike Tyson thing. Like, everyone has a plan to get punched in the face, which is so true. Like, write your business plan and then wait for someone to punch you in the face. It's just what happens, and that business plan's out the window. You got to do something.
Yes. And like, this isn't shade or anything, but just the business plan is getting in the way of actual productivity, I think, for a lot of people. Just like, literally just try anything and everything, and that's what we've always done. Like, we were reorganizing my
I just
website
want to say it's
last
false
night.
action. It feels fulfilling because you can check a box, but it means nothing.
And
Okay,
we were
go on.
reorganizing my website last night, and it was just all these different things that we've done in the past 4 years, which I was like, no wonder I'm exhausted, like, in a good way. And it was just all these different things that when you look at it, it's like, what in the hell were they doing all these years? But then they were all different stepping stones and trying different things that have actually amalgamated to some really great projects and really great things that I'm actually very, very proud of, including Maven. Like, they all led to that. And it was obviously without a business plan, because it was just like, let's just see what happens and what sticks. And obviously you need to make money, but foregoing the business plan will, I would guarantee 100% of the time, lead to more money than working on your business plan for weeks, months, years, whatever, because that just, it's procrastination.
Exactly.
Point blank. That's all it is. And it's a way for people who say that they're coaches or say that they're mentors or whatever. It's a way for them to be like, okay, well, here's a concrete piece of proof that what I'm telling you, you had like progress. It's a concrete way to be like, look, you progressed, because they're inept in every other way. And again, I don't want to be negative, but throw out the business plan, just start things.
Well, yeah, because every minute you spend planning is a minute you're not spending doing.
And it's
That's all it
people
is.
who don't do businesses also.
Like every minute you spend planning is a minute you're not doing. And the only way you get anywhere is by doing.
Yes.
There is no planning. Like, planning is nonsense.
What does Yoda say?
What is what?
Yoda? What do you say?
Do or do not, there is no try.
There you go.
But also you said you looked at your website, amaraandrew.com, and it's like, what are they doing? It's not even that. It's, whoa, they did a lot of stuff, because like your website's been like that for maybe a year now, but you hadn't seen it, because I just laid everything out.
Yeah.
Never go to it. It's just so when people Google Amara Andrew, they have your destination there.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you even saw it, you're like, oh wow, we did a lot.
That was my museum. That's my museum.
Uh-huh.
Which I want everybody to have the most overstuffed museum possible. I want you to have shit hanging from the ceilings and like shit all over the ground. Like, I just want you to have
Toilets everywhere.
Yeah, no toilets, just shit everywhere. But I want everybody to try so many different things because there's just so much value in it. And you just don't know what amazing beauty can come from it. The bigger you try to make your museum, like trying to have the biggest collection in the world, I think is so valuable.
Well, because we start empty and hopefully we end full.
Yeah.
It's like,
feels like that's the point.
Like, that's what I've said when it's like, what's the meaning of life? Like, to me, the definition, like the core meaning of life is growth. Like, if I'm not growing, I'm only dying.
Ew, growth.
Yeah. But like, we start with nothing, no knowledge, no abilities, no anything at all.
Speak for yourself.
But every little step we take, we have all these new threads of connections of things we've experienced, things we understand, things we can do. And suddenly, I'm not just learning from a course or a book or whatever, and then trying to sell someone on the things that I just learned. I've learned from experience, and now I can help someone do so much better because I'm like, you know what's really interesting? Like, if you look at like Da Vinci did this, but then like Steve Jobs over here, when he did that, it's actually very similar to this because of that. And then it's like, do you know the concept of ergodicity? Because this concept means that like, you connect all of these disparate things that you're the only one who can connect them. Your experiences, your knowledge, everything you've done creates a unique set of just the, I don't want to say brain chemistry, but the wiring. You're the wall behind the guy who's like, in the meme, like where all these lines are going everywhere and he's like pulling his hair out. You
Sorry,
know what
can
it is.
you explain that again for me?
You're the wall behind the guy in the meme, and the guy goes, ah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just needed clarification on that part. Yeah, thank you.
Who is that? You know what it's from.
I think you need to pull it up because I'm thinking of Zach Galifianakis where he's counting cards.
No, not that one. It's the little, you watched the show.
Oh, It's Always Sunny?
Is it from that?
Is it Danny DeVito?
No, the younger guy.
Younger guy.
Not where, so Zach Galifianakis, everything is like smart. I figured out the world.
Wait, the guy with the...
It's like a murder board with red strings, and it's the little guy.
Oh, Charlie Day?
I think so.
So then It Was Always Sunny.
Yeah, so that thing is used all the time. You're that wall. You're all those threads going everywhere. And from the outside, we're all the guy who's like, like everyone else. Like, your wall to me is like, but to you, it's like, oh, this all just makes sense. Like, I can connect these dots in a way that you never will, and you can connect dots in a way that I never will.
Yeah, it is fascinating. I think at the end of the day, just try to have as many, not inputs per se, because I want to be very careful how I say this.
This is a very tough spot because we don't want you to have too many inputs and we want you to have more inputs. But it's the right inputs.
So, minimal amount of inputs, more action and experiences. I think it's your triangle. It's seeing the first stepping stone and then doing something about it. I think that's it. Read a book, read whatever, do whatever, find one little piece of inspiration, take some immediate action and do something with it and experience something new or put the connectors together in a different way. Great. Now go on to your next piece of input when you feel like you've creatively tapped that one. I think that is maybe a better way to say it because I feel like people have 80,000 different newsletters and they're part of webinars and they're part of this and they're part of that. And it's like, just do something with all this information that you're learning. Like, don't just keep learning to learn. It's like being a PhD student. You don't need to be a PhD unless you're in like very specific fields. Just work. Just do it. Just go out there. Have fun. Enjoy.
So I think it's fewer total inputs, more diversity of inputs.
Yes.
And that's not humans.
There you go.
Like, I think that's the thing is we don't want you to never stop learning.
Yeah.
But stop learning about the same thing from every single angle that you possibly can, because that's only procrastination.
Yes.
If it's like, I want to launch a course, and then you're like, okay, Jeff Walker is the guy for launching anything.
Yeah.
He created the product launch formula. He did this in, I don't know, 2002.
Such a great
and
book.
he made millions of dollars every year because people would pay him a ridiculous amount of money to learn how to do this. So it's like, okay, I want to launch something. I'll learn from him. You know, I'm also a little interested in sort of the what?
Thermodynamics.
Okay.
Something I've been reading.
Oh, okay. So there. So if you're multiple inputs, that's a vast diversity of inputs right now, because you also need that time for action. But you don't say, let me see every single thing I can learn about launching, and then like, oh, I just saw this tweet or TikTok or Instagram post or that. Oh, I should actually take their course. I should do that.
Mm-hmm.
All that time you're not doing. You need to do it. Like, the best way to launch something is launch it.
Yeah.
Launch it and have no one buy it.
Quick and dirty.
That's what's going to happen, is no one is going to buy it because you don't understand how to launch, but you don't understand that it's not going to work until you launch something.
Yeah.
Like, the number of things we've launched is immense.
Yes.
Like, we have Hiveway on the way.
Yeah.
But
something else got in the way.
Yeah. There was a whole other direction that, like, I had to go with a partner with one of the big platforms that we worked with that took a lot of time.
Yes.
So now we are swinging back around, so we're going to have Hiveway. I was in by the first of the year. If we set that for us,
that
just
works, because we're going to be home for most of December.
Yeah,
except
some
for
of
a week.
most of is
Some
it's
of.
relative to us, but yeah. So that's something I was in. But anyway, you need to learn by doing. That's it. That's all you can do. We've learned through making all this hyperlocal content. Now we have our own hyperlocal channel where it has grown. The most recent hyperlocal channel we created is the one for us, and it has grown faster than anyone else's because of all the experience we've gathered over doing this over and over and over again. Each iteration for each person grows faster, and theirs will hit that ramp where then it starts taking off. We're able to shortcut with each new person because we've learned all these things.
Hard too. It's not,
and that's
just,
what I'm saying, though.
I'm just gonna put videos out there and see what happens. Like, it's very specific.
When I hope
that
that's
I'm doing.
self-explanatory. It's like the reason we're doing all of it is because of everything we've learned, and all of that gets applied to all of our top bananas. So that's why they all are experiencing the same thing now because of all these other disparate inputs.
You darn tootin'.
Okay.
Speaking of, we gotta go.
Yeah, we're gonna go film for that.
A little behind.
Okay.
And you know me. I love being late.
You love my behind?
Yes, I do love your behind. It's quite cute.
Hey, see? So there we go. So me being late is perfect because you love my behind.
Yeah. Next time you see Jeff in person, check out his cute little behind.
Ay.
It will be in your shower drain. But yeah, seriously, just go out and do.
It will be in your shower drain.
Yeah. Don't you remember? It's a callback. I'm in your shower
butt
drain.
is in their shower drain?
No. When we're whispering, we're in their shower drain.
Drain?
Yeah.
I was just thinking we were in their ears.
No. Well, you can be in their ears. I'm in their shower drain looking at their toes.
Yeah.
And if you're still washing your butt,
that
for you.
thing's going to be raw. Okay, anyway, we'll see you next week.